In the end, Charlie was going through a spiritual transformation. I don't think it, I know it.
I am pretty sure that the spiritual transformation is the same one that Candace had, but I wouldn't call it a spiritual transformation. These people there's a group of them. Yeah, they all come together. Then they kind of, because Candace and Kirk kind of came in together. They were once, doing shows together. So I don't think either one of them were having any spiritual transformation. I think they were just bullshit Christians with the plan to use that Christianity to attack the Jews, especially in Candace's case, and in Charlie's case, to attack women. Charlie Kirk really only saw women as incubators. If you doubt that, then please go find Charlie Kirk's YouTube channel and look up this title. Charlie Kirk's 7 Best Abortion Debates of Spring 2025. No, they all sucked. Look, it's very simple, okay? He has said before in the past, well, let's put the Bible aside and let's just go with what the science says. So if he thinks God's okay with that, yeah, good luck there, Charlie. But even if you want to claim, no, the science is right, he cares more about the cells because he says that those should have human rights while women should basically have none, like they're just an incubator. He's an example of why the left gets the ideas of The Handmaid's Tale. He's not the only, that's why, like even if you are a man and don't care, if you have daughters, or you think one day you'll have daughters, or you want to stay away from this shit. He no exceptions for abortion, ever. So, but he didn't have empathy. He thought empathy was literally a new age thing. Now, he wasn't smart. He was only good at being able to gaslight people and turn and twist things, okay? He was great at twisting the Bible as well. And there was things even he said that I have said, about that you need to look at what love is differently. Yet he wasn't an example of love. God does want people to have empathy, so... there were many areas, if you're a Christian, you would be able to catch him. Because if you're a true Christian, then you look at things or think about it from God's vision. You just do. And the way they built him up, everybody from the Trump family to the entire damn country, is that he was this, big Christian family. No, they just looked like a damn, one of those family figures that is fake, that is in the frame that you buy at Costco or Target. Yeah, that's what they look. The whole thing looked like bullshit. Just this happy little trophy family, and it was like, and he's running around telling women, no, you need to think about your family and having children first and being back in the home, and then thinking about, like, what business does he have to be telling women to do anything when he even says in this, he's like, look, men don't actually, their brain doesn't fully develop until 35. Well, that's not really true. It's more like 25, but in his case, it would be true. Yeah, his brain wasn't developed. So, all the stuff I've said before. If you are going to claim that because God says in these certain small areas, I'm knitting you, I'm woven you, yet he literally says in the Genesis what happens when his breath, and do you not think that's what he wants you to know? It's his breath literally bringing you to life. I think that was an important thing God wanted you to know. But Charlie, he decides, oh, screw that. We're going to go with the science, because the science, of course, always has to say something different than the Bible, even though the Bible is accurate. And so they say, oh, well, the cells are developing and they're growing. Right. So the perfect question for this, because I just know I never saw anybody ask him this question, because he would not be able to, well, he probably would come up with some bullshit answer, because that's all he was good at, was bullshit. Is if you're going to say it's the cells, like we're talking, 1 week, not just cells. There's no spinal cord, there's no pain, that they'll tell you it has pain. No, it can't, because it has to have a spinal cord that goes to the brain that tells the, that there's pain. Otherwise, there is no pain. The radical, I would say I think that agenda with getting people to fight for what God doesn't see as alive yet, it has been, again, the greatest trick the devil played. Because if you're going to say it's alive, and that if a woman gets an abortion at 6 weeks, that she's murdering a human life, then what is it when it's a spontaneous abortion or a miscarriage? Then by that same token, you have to call God the murderer. Would you ever call God a murderer? No, because if it miscarries during that time, he didn't even see it as a life yet. So it wasn't, not saying that wasn't with people that would lose, but it wasn't a life yet. He hadn't, because he would never see himself as a murderer. The other side, or Charlie, would say, well, it's just a biological process. Oh, okay, well, if it's just a biological process, why is it different than if a woman has an abortion at 6 weeks? The worst thing this bastard did, the biggest lie he told, and it's one thing that I can try to understand the Trump administration, because when you see Charlie Kirk creating this mass base, you kind of, and you're trying to help the country, then you have to win them over. It's why these assholes grab these people. Bannon does it. He did it. It's almost like they become more powerful. I can understand that, but Trump had his own power. He did. And there's some things, without having to hurt Charlie's feelings, because, they're so close to him, whatever. They could have called out his bullshit that he ran around this country and told all these college kids that the majority of abortions are done because it's used as birth control. Are you kidding me? That it's an absolute lie. On basic common sense, people should realize what a lie that is. Look at how many trafficked victims there are. Look at how much incest, pedophilia, rape that happens. And then just think about how many of these women, or women that all over this country that have been assaulted. And he would put them down. He would gaslight them. And then the worst thing the bastard did was to say that abortion was being used as birth control. Do you think any woman in their right mind just wants to, I'll just be, because what he would tell these women is, take responsibility for your orgasm. I would be like, fuck you. But he would do that stuff to gaslight. That's what a POS he was. Go watch it. If you're a woman and you walk away saying, oh no, everything he said is wonderful, then you maybe should have your head examined. He was gaslighting women all the time. He was fair to men. So when he said that about the biggest people that use abortion are people using it for birth control, the Trump administration, in my opinion, had a responsibility to call shit like that out. Because they're doing that because he wanted a national abortion ban. And I get Trump didn't support that, but don't let these people, especially if you're so tight with them, get away with this bullshit. There are so many women in this country that have been raped. But he didn't care about them. But then again, he didn't have empathy. He thought empathy was a new age movement. So they are idolizing him everywhere. They're going, the Republicans now want to build an idol because this will be the new JFK. And Kash Patel, that deadbeat needs to go. Did you hear what he said about Charlie Kirk? I'm on the watch now. I'll see you on the other side, or whatever temple or heaven he was talking about because he's Hindu or whatever. I thought, what a disgrace you are. Who's going to believe anything? Because everybody's fighting about, was it the right that killed him? Was it I'm like, who cares who it was? I know it's cut off, but if you go on YouTube, go look for We Are All Charlie.